Blade Battery 2.0 sounds nuts. Headlines are claiming 10 to 97% charge in around 10 minutes. That's insane. So let's talk about what the heck is Blade Battery technology, how is it different from traditional LFP batteries, where is it clearly better, where does it fall short, and which cars are already using it. By the end of this video, you will know all of that. The Blade Battery was developed by BYD, or Build Your Dreams, which is a multinational company specializing in electric vehicles and battery manufacturing. Founded in 1994, they are the titans of the industry. They are one of the largest battery manufacturers in the world. The Blade Battery was officially introduced in 2020, with the second-gen Blade, or Blade 2.0, being unveiled just last month in March. So what is it? Blade 2.0 is the same LFP chemistry, just in a different design. It sounds simple, but this new Blade 2.0 design has unlocked even a greater potential out of our new beloved LFP battery chemistry. So what do we know already? Well, when compared to NMC batteries, we know that traditional LFP is cheaper, safer, it lasts longer, and it's more abundant and sustainable. The question is, does this new Blade 2.0 design fix the common complaints about traditional LFP batteries? Because traditional LFP isn't perfect. Now, we just mentioned the advantages, but the common complaints or downsides are that LFP is less dense of a chemistry, meaning you need a larger, heavier pack just to get the same amount of range. As well, LFP is not as good in colder climates, meaning more range loss and potentially slower charging. This is why you see LFP packs in more budget-friendly models, such as the Tesla Model 3 standard range or the 2027 Chevy Bolt. So now we know what Blade 2.0 is. It's LFP in a different design. But let's take a deeper look into this groundbreaking design change because at first glance, Blade batteries and traditional LFP batteries sound the same. Same chemistry, same materials, same general purpose. But the way they are built is completely different. It's more of an evolution, kind of like how Pikachu evolves into Raichu. That's a Pokemon analogy. Essentially, Blade Battery is a design evolution. Let's break it down. In a traditional LFP battery, you have small prismatic cells grouped into modules, then assembled into a pack. Each module adds structural casing, wiring, cooling complexity, and most importantly, wasted space. Now that means a significant portion of the battery pack is not storing any energy at all. It's just supporting the structure. Now compare that to BYD's Blade design. They remove the modules entirely. The long blade-shaped cells are placed directly into the pack, tightly packed side by side. And because they're longer, they can span the entire width of the pack. So instead of building a battery like a stack of small bricks, BYD builds it more like a set of structural beams. And this is where BYD really separates itself. Because they have changed the structure, they have unlocked some major advantages, especially in safety. And that is a good segue into one of the many advantages about the Blade design. BYD made this battery famous for one reason: the nail penetration test. Now, normally, when you drive a nail through a lithium battery, you get thermal runaway. Heat builds, and well, it could burst into flames, as seen in the nail penetration test. But the Blade battery, no fire, no explosion, just controlled heat. That's not marketing, that's physics. Because LFP chemistry is already more stable, and the Blade design spreads heat across a long, thin structure instead of concentrating it in one point. Now here's where things get strategic. The Blade battery isn't just safer, it's cheaper. Traditional high-performance batteries rely on nickel and cobalt, both of which are expensive and have their drawbacks. LFP removes them completely, but Blade goes a step further because it removes something else. Now I'm really interested to know, can you guess what that is? We mentioned it earlier in the video while talking about the design of the battery, and I really want to test out this new YouTube quiz feature, so if you're interested, it's multiple choice, and the question is, what did Blade batteries remove from the design. And here are the options. And I'll reveal the answer in just a second, but if you want to test yourself, you can pause this video and select your option down below. For mobile viewers, just swipe left on the description of the video, and for desktop, same area, no swiping needed. And if you're not interested, that's fine. I'm going to reveal the answer right now. It's modules. Congrats if you got it right. Anyway, traditional packs have layers: cell, module, pack. Blade skips the middle layer entirely. Fewer parts, less material, simpler assembly. That sounds like a good way to reduce costs. Could that be a reason why Chinese EVs might be more affordable with better range and faster charging? Now let's go back to that long, thin blade design once more, because it's not just for safety and cost, it's also about space. Traditional LFP packs, they waste a lot of space. There's structural gaps, module casing, and cooling channels between blocks. So with Blade's thin design, cells are packed directly into the structure, tightly and efficiently. That translates to roughly 10 to 20% better pack level efficiency compared to traditional LFP designs. Essentially, more active material in the same physical space, which means more usable energy without changing the chemistry. So this is where Blade Battery quietly becomes a long-term play, because LFP is already known for one thing, well, few things: longevity, more charge cycles, less degradation stress, more tolerance to full charges, etc. Now combining that with lower heat stress, more stable chemistry, better structural support, and you get a battery that's designed to last a long time. But what I can't figure out is, if they claim their Blade 2.0 battery lasts so long, then why are they sticking with just an 8-year warranty? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And hit that like button if you're enjoying the content so far. So if Blade Battery 2.0 is so good, why isn't it everywhere? Well, that's because it still has real limitations. Blade still uses LFP chemistry, and in the cold, range drops more, charging slows down, power output decreases. This is a chemistry limitation, not something Blade can fix, even with its better packaging, unfortunately. Blade still stores less energy than NMC. Now this is where things get confusing, because you've probably seen headlines like 5-minute flash charging, or 10 to 90% in just 10 minutes, or something crazy like that. Well, that is all great and exciting, but it's not the full picture. Those numbers require perfect conditions: warm temperatures, a preconditioned battery, next generation ultra-fast chargers, which are mostly in China. And for us North Americans, that infrastructure barely exists. And in cold weather, it gets worse. Charging slows, and LFP struggles more than NMC. So no, you're not getting 5-minute flash charging in a cold climate. Peak charging speed is not the same as real-world charging. And finally, the design itself. Blade Battery removes modules and integrates cells directly into the pack, which improves efficiency and cost, but reduces modularity. And I know we previously looked at that as an advantage, but according to industry analysis from firms like McKinsey, that can make repairs more complex and a little bit less flexible. So Blade Battery 2.0 isn't a perfect battery. Blade makes LFP better, but it doesn't turn it into a premium battery. So where are you actually seeing Blade Battery 2.0 today? Right now, it's already in a growing number of BYD vehicles. Cars like the BYD Atto 3, the Dolphin, and the Seal all use Blade batteries. And in some markets, even the higher end models like the BYD Han are using it as well. You're seeing rapid expansion across Europe, strong adoption across Asia, and while BYD passenger cars aren't in North America yet, Canada will soon have them. The technology absolutely is on the radar, because once something proves it can work at scale, the rest of the industry, they pay attention, and that's already happening. We're seeing companies like Tesla, GM shift more standard range vehicles to LFP. So this isn't just about BYD, it's about the direction. Because the real story is that Blade Battery proves that LFP is no longer the cheap compromise. It's becoming the default. And that changes how EVs are built going forward. And that's why we're already seeing a split in the market with LFP and NMC. Now LFP with cell-to-pack designs like Blade may soon become the standard for entry-level EVs, mid-range EVs, where cost and durability and safety matter the most. And then NMC and NCA batteries, they probably won't just disappear, they move up market, reserved for long-range vehicles, performance EVs, and more premium segments. So instead of one battery replacing another, we're getting specialization. Thanks for watching, stay charged.